fists, no time for prayers. They marched on north, the elf blood froze. The peppermint fields now lined with woes.
Jack-o'-lantern lit the spark.
A pumpkin grin, a scheme so dark.
Give us the lies of endless snow.
If Christmas ends, you'll never go. Tinsel torn, the stockings burned, the sleigh was smashed, the tide has turned. Oh, cool tide Christmas, the end is near. Jingle bells replaced with fear. Santa's chained in a candy cane cell. The holidays have gone to.
Thank you, Ed from Era Games, for the Cruel Tide Christmas song. Please take a moment to hop, skip, jump on over to the Era Games website. Check out their latest Kickstarter for Cruel Tide Christmas. Of course, we had Ed on earlier to talk about Cruel Tide Christmas. He made this wonderful song for us, so it's our Christmas song, I guess. It seems to fit me because I'm your favorite Scrooge, the OGGM, broadcasting live from Site B on this, the first day of Jingle Jam. Please take a moment to support your favorite charities like me. We're going to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game sales, markdowns, freebies, and of course, sales bundles for Christmas. It's Cyber Monday, so hopefully there'll be some huge discounts. And there definitely are a few. They're kind of random, but there definitely have found a couple discounts. Some of them are really, really worthy of being discounts. Others not so much. Some of them make total sense. Others are like, well, those don't really fit. How is that? It's not even a why. So with that in mind, let's head on over to our wonderful Ian World for the links. Thank you, Ian World, as always, for providing the links. We've got this picture of a bunch of guys fighting a dinosaur that they've chained up. It's called Red Hack, but it's not from the Red Games people. And I got a guy with a blue mohawk, and I don't know what's going on. Anyways, Chaosium has released several themed X cards for their role-playing games because Call of Cthulhu and safety are just two things that go together. Shame on you for giving in, Chaosium, especially making... Let's make Call of Cthulhu, but let's make it safe. So if I'm offended by the fact that my mind is going, and I'm sorry, that brings up, my nightmares about that time that I was assaulted by an octopus. So you can't have it. No. X cards and Chaosium do not fit together. You shouldn't be playing Call of Cthulhu if you're offended by things like that. So shame on you, Chaosium. Shame on you. Shadow Anarchy has been released. It's called Shadow Amps Extended List. It's a 53-page collection of streamlined rules for Shadowrun. So if you're playing Shadowrun and you think it's still a little too crunchy, apparently there is a streamlined rules version of it called Shadow Amps. Nat 1 has released the update of the core rulebook for Red Hack 2E, which collect the core's rules and 2 supplements for this classless skill-based OSR system. Always interested to see how classless skill-based D20 systems would work. So yeah. Altier Clandestine has released the Advent calendar for 25 for Christmas. Each day of the Christmas has a different D6 table to fill in the 25 rooms of a dungeon, ending with a full and unique setting for your favorite game. So each room is a different thing on the calendar. Each room has a table that you roll on. So by the end of Christmas, you have a completely unique to you dungeon. I might have to try that. Okay, we might have to try that. So we're going to go back and load it down. Mechanical Muse has released Open Adventure Fantasy Core Rules, a 228-page core rulebook for cinematic system from Mechanical Muse, based sort of on Leverage. Something, typical cinematic 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, whatever. It uses the Creative Commons Zero license. Lets you relive those cinematic TV shows like Leverage or Magnum or whatever. Lightning Round has about 30 new titles for D&D. Drive-Thru has the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Link down below. We've got about 1,000 plus titles marked down 75%. This runs through today through the 9th. So if you're looking to get a game of any kind, we've got Cyberpunk, Fabula Ultima, Plan 9 from Outer Space, Paranoia, Vampire, Dungeons and Dragons, 75% off. So check it out. Amazon has a markdown. We went through the markdown on Friday and was pretty disappointed. Their markdown is still going on through December 3rd. Here's some of the markdowns that aren't marked down. Curse of Strahd for 2014 D&D, marked down to $39, $40 from, that's not a markdown. Shattered Obelisk, the last of the 2014 5e books, marked down $41. That's actually an increase. The Young Adventurers Collection box set. I don't even know what that is. I was looking at that the other day. I was like, is this 5e? Is it 2e? Anyways, that's $15. That's a markdown because originally that was like $80. You can get the DVD of Honor Amongst Thieves for $13 or $4 if you just want normal. Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game marked down to $25. Guess they just can't make that thing move. That is a markdown. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so, and then Twilight 2000 marked down to $35. Not a markdown. Legends of the Five Rings marked down to $35. That is kind of a markdown considering how expensive that was. But GURPS Basic Set for $40. I guess it's kind of a markdown, but still, you know, Black Friday, you kind of want them to be more. We've also got some Dungeons and Dragons 3 themed gift wrapped available from Loke Games, running about $12 each. Itch.io has a Black Friday sale going on, as low as 100% off on some of these items, including video games, soundtracks, music, fiction, tabletop role-playing games. It's Itch.io, so it's always questionable and always a little like, and definitely check the product for viruses and malware. Yeah. Dark Horse has a comic book run of different comic book runs marked down. So we've got like a Hellboy, Dragon Age, Cyberpunk, The Witcher, Judge Dredd. Of course, since this is done through comic books, you'll need an e-reader of some kind to open them up and read them. And since you are dealing with a downloadable format, once again, check for viruses, malware, et cetera, et cetera. Kobold Press has a Black Friday sale for all their stuff. Both of their 2014 D&D stuff is marked down, and their more current ORC Tales from the Valiant mark stuff is marked down. So, you know, Tales from the Valiant is the next logical explanation of 5th edition that isn't Wizards of the Coast tainted. And that ends at midnight tonight. This is the one I'm kind of excited about. The Chaosium has got all their stuff marked down, including the Call of Cthulhu starter set marked down to $14, which is an amazing markdown for Call of Cthulhu. But shame on you, Chaosium, for throwing in X cards now. 60% off all the assortment of Chaosium stuff on the Chaosium channel. That ends the 5th. Again, we love, you know, Call of Cthulhu. We love basic role playing, considered by many to be one of, if not the best role playing system ever made. We love Chaosium. On the other hand, shame on you. X cards, bad. Journey Mountain Studios has released a Galaxy Builder deck. So it's print and play versions of the systems where you just pull out cards and you build decks, star systems with them. 30% off. This ends today, but of course, even after 30% off, you'd have to buy the card stock for the printer and the extra ink you would need. So it ends up being probably the same price it would have been normally had you just bought the physical cards, at which point just buy the physical cards. Independence Games has marked down all the Cephras engine stuff and their Traveler stuff, all marked down 40%. That ends on the 3rd. Bundle of Holding has 2 Shadowrun bundles back up. This is a repeat. This one's been up before. We've got the Core Rule Shadowrun bundle, which features all the things to make characters and run characters and stuff like that. And that's $15. And then we've got the second bundle, which contains all the expansions and additional rules and stuff like that for Shadowrun for $20. That ends on the 29th. Drive-Thru has a Feeding America bundle, 50 titles, including a lot of core rules for games like Capers, Icons, Call of Cthulhu, Mutants and Masterminds, a lot of superhero stuff, Year Zero Engine, plus VTT assets, $25. This goes to food banks. Humble Bumble has a Cyber Monday sale going on with about 1,000 different video games marked down, including Cyberpunk 2077, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, Dungeons and Dragons Chronicle of Mystra, 65% off. This ends to go to charity for December 4th, and it goes to general charities like Jingle Jam. But since you are since you are downloading video games, please check them for viruses, malware, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We've got a 3D printer bundle for those of you who have 3D printers. This one is called the Urban Apocalypse Bundle, and for $25, you get 100 different ones, 100 different STL files, robots, mutants, buildings, cars, all sorts of punk rock, urban apocalypse stuff. Goes to Make-A-Wish, December 11th, since you are, once again, downloading STL files, check for viruses. We have the Audio Apocalypse Bundle, which contains, it looks like, just a bunch of different music. We've got some punk rock music on there, steampunk, fantasy horror, just tracks, some line reading, so like audiobooks, podcasts, just a I don't even know, just 34 different collections of various audio files. $20 goes to support the Children's Miracle Network. Ends the 4th. Audio files, you would need something to play them on, which means, again, please check them for viruses, malware, stuff like that. Here's a name we haven't heard in a while, My Little Pony. My Little Pony, Adventure is Magic. It's back. We've got the My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria deck building game, marked down to $30. Contains everything that was ever released for the My Little Pony Adventures in Equestria deck building game, and it goes to support children's charities, and that ends on the 20th. Goodman Games has their Last Call for Lankmar bundle. This is the Fritz Lieber inspired Lankmar setting with Fafford and the Grey Mouserd. $12 gets you everything in the bundle. $40 gets you the Lankmar box set physical. It includes the setting, book, city map, and adventure collections, and you will have to pay for shipping for that. That also goes to children's hospitals. Then we've got the Campaign Cartographer 3 bundle still going, $30 for a program that used to cost like $80. And with that, you'll get a bunch of other programs. That's a great discount, though I have heard, there are obviously 2025. There are way better programs out there than Campaign Cartographer. But I remember when Campaign Cartographer was the shizzle. Now, not so much. But, if you feel like taking a deep dive into computer-aided grafting and dusting off all those trigonometry classes you were forced to take, check this out. And it also goes to a children's charity. Blah. And then, of course, Jingle Jam is going on over at the Yogcast. So if you want to go to Jingle Jam for the 10th year in a row, multiple charities being supported by the Yogcast. I'll be doing my own little annual charity run for Primetime Sports Camps. So, if you're feeling generous, you could always just skip buying stuff and support a charity. If you're feeling extremely generous, you could ignore everything I just said for the past 13 minutes and instead use the link down below to purchase my product, all of which is marked down to pay what you want. So it's a great time to get in on the oggm shadowdark expansions, because all my shadowdark expansions have been marked down to pay what you want over on Drive-Thru. But it's the holidays, so and money's tight for everybody right now. So if you can't donate to a charity, if you can't really do any gift giving this year, if you're just focused more on making sure you can keep a roof over your head, we understand. So all we ask generally is that you have a great Christmas and you stay safe and full of love and joy and all that other holiday bah humbug nonsense that comes out this year. Hopefully you are all safe this Monday and ready for Cyber Monday. Until then, once again, Ed from Era Games, thank you for this song.
The turkeys gobbled, joined the fray.
We're tired of being the feast buffet.
Easter bunny hopped in line.
No eggs to hide if there's no time. The leprechauns with golden hand demanded Christmas leave. They'll end your jingle